I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. It's time for the mobile home name reveal. But first, we just want to go through and talk about some of the names that y'all submitted. They were so awesome. So I'm just going to go through a few of our favorites. Big Missy was one of my favorites, short for Mississippi. Maggie, which was short for Magnolia, which is the Mississippi State flower. Big Bertha was another one that we liked a lot. Yeah, but there was just a few. Of course, at the top of the list, Nagum was Megan spelled backwards. That's one I really liked. But there were several that y'all submitted that we laughed. We thought they were funny. We thought they were fun. We thought they fit well. I think Serenity was another one that I really liked. And yeah, so thank you so much for submitting those names. But we have decided on a name that we absolutely love, that really means a lot to us. And we've made it mean a lot to us because, you know, the Lord asked us to establish a home. So we're establishing the name and we're putting the meaning on it that we want and that we desire. So without further ado, I'm going to have the boys come and reveal the mobile home name to everyone.
Boys, y'all ready for this name reveal?
Yeah.
Here we go. Her name is Big Long Emma, the mobile home. She may not be a double Y, but she sure is long. She came to our farm to set us debt free so we can live life in the country more abundantly. Her name is Big Long Emma.
Big Long Emma.
Her name is Big Long Emma.
Big Long Emma.
Her name is Big Long Emma.
Big Long Emma.
She's Big Long Emma, the mobile home.
Big Long Emma. I hope y'all enjoy our name reveal.
Come on, boy.
But it's time to get a little bit more serious and tell y'all what Emma means and how we decided on that name. So, you know, loosely translated, Emma means God has answered. And that was just perfect. Once Tim found that, or somehow he figured out how to assign that to the name, then I was like, okay, I agree. Emma's not weird anymore.
Now tell them the acronym.
So the acronym that we came up with is Establishing More and More Abundantly.
EMMA.
EMMA.
Emma. Big Long Emma.
And that's what the Lord told us to do. He has told us to establish a home, and we're doing it, you know, more and more abundantly. Like his word says, he hasn't come to just give us life, but more abundant life. And so we want to just be in line with what he's doing with us. Yep. So
That's it.
that's it.
So
Big Long Emma.
with that big name reveal, y'all, we'll get to the rest of the video. Y'all enjoy.
They gon' race. Yup. They gon' racing.
Yeah, you said on March. You said go.
March. You ready? Set. Go. Kinda swinging. He ran my bike.
Y'all ain't got nothing on me.
I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. I am so excited because today we are going to start our seeds and prepare our garden, kind of figure out where everything's gonna go. And I'm really excited about this because this is my second time ever starting my own seeds. And people were asking, you know, about how we learned how to garden and raise animals and do all the stuff that we do. They asked if we were raised on a farm. No, we were not raised on a farm. And the number one way that we learned how to do what we know how to do, y'all ready for this? Obedience. Seriously, that's my number one gardening tip, my number one farming tip, my number one life tip is obedience. We literally learn the things that we know now by following the Lord and taking the leap of faith. I had no idea how to do any of this. I still don't know. Like, I am a rookie, like a serious rookie. Y'all will probably put in the comments and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong, which is good because we definitely want to grow and we learn from other people as well. But we're actually not afraid to step out on faith and do it. You know, if it fails, we learn something. If it goes well, we know how to keep that going in the future. So that is like absolutely how we've learned from the Lord how to do everything. Is just take that step of obedience. If the Lord says, you know, get chickens, we get chickens. If he says, you know, plant a garden, we do everything we can to plant a garden. And so we learned actually over the years of being obedient and planting gardens that plants, actual physical plants in the garden, work best for us. So a plant that's established. There's some things that we can direct sow that grow really well. We do really well with beans, direct sowing them, and greens, direct sowing them. But there are other things where we literally will have to have a plant, or it just won't be big enough to overtake the weeds or the bugs or just some of those pressures that we have here in Mississippi. So last year was my first time starting seeds, and I used little seed starting trays, like a big black tray. I may have a picture that I'll give to Tim so he can insert, but we used a big black seed starting tray, and it worked fairly well, but I found that some of my seedlings were too tender to be popped out of there, and they didn't do as well as I wanted. So I'm going to start with a bigger container. So this is just a little cheap dollar store cup, and this is my first time doing this, but I'm going to try it this way, and I'm going to puncture holes here in the bottom of this cup. I have one already, but just punch a little hole in it, just so that the water can come through and it's not waterlogged. And we're going to start our seeds in these little cups, and that way when I pop it out, it'll have dirt around it. I think that was another thing that really shocked our seedlings, was to put them in just completely new dirt, but it'll already have some dirt around it that we can incorporate in the soil. So I am hoping, thinking, praying that this will work, but this is just what I'm trying. This year, I'm going to just take a leap of faith and do it. So this is how we're going to do it. Now that I've gotten everything set up, what I'm going to do is get things a little further ready and call the boys over, and they're going to help. This is part of their homeschool. So they're going to help, and we're all going to start these seeds in these little cups, and then we'll also go around in the garden and figure out, okay, what's viney and what's going to climb and what's going to need support, and figure out where in the garden that we're going to place those things. So this is an exciting day. It's just the beginning, but these planting things are what really makes the garden in the end. So I'm super excited, and I'm gonna do a little bit more prep here for the boys, and then I'm gonna put y'all down, and I'll call the boys over, and I'll pick y'all back up when we're ready. I just got done setting all these little cups up with holes in the bottom so that water will drain out of them. And now we are going to get dirt in these cups and get the seeds in these cups. And I have everything prepared. I got a little water because I like to wet my soil, not just put water on it, but to really wet my soil when we get the dirt in the cups. And then we will plant all these seeds. So we'll just write the name of whatever we're planting on the cup, and we'll get started. All right, boys, so what I want y'all to do is each of you now can grab a cup, okay? You can grab a cup from out of the wagon, and we'll write on the cup. I think we're gonna plant some tomato plants first. So we'll write tomato on the cup. Here you go, Noah. Here's one with already tomato on there. And then we'll get some dirt in there and some, I'm gonna put a little water on this dirt. And we'll get some dirt in there. And then we're gonna plant the seed. Okay, boys? All right. Good. Okay. So y'all can go ahead and get your scoop. I'll make sure you have tomato written on there.
Oh, I don't get tomato written on there.
We can do it after. G-O-M-A-T. Oh, and that's how you spell tomato.
I don't know, there's a string in there. A string?
That's some organic matter. It's probably some type of vine. No, it looks like a piece of rope, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a rope.
Did they get that dirt from my farm? That's like my dirt.
Where did dirt come from? What is this? Is this no, it's a plant. It's definitely a plant.
That's like my dirt. Old rope. Like some old baling twine. Hay string. That's what it is.
Alright. We'll pick y'all up when we're done filling up all these little seed starting cups. We're going to go ahead and actually start putting the seeds in the little seed start containers that we filled with dirt, and they're ready to go. The boys are going to help me. So it might get a little crazy. But we're going to start with the tomato. Then we got zucchini, squash. We got sunflower seeds, black-eyed peas, lima beans, and squash. Did I say zucchini? Yep, and squash. So that's what we're gonna plant, and let's get started planting tomatoes. Okay?
Tiny seeds.
Okay, each a little.
It's so little.
I know, aren't they? Hold on. See if you can manage to get that in the. Let me just put yours in there for you. How about that? Is this where you did your little hole? Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go. Now, you push the dirt over the hole. Can you do that part?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good job.
I did it.
Good job. Here you go. Okay. You got it? Can you get it in there? Or do I need to drop it there for you?
I got it.
You want me to hold this for you?
Yeah.
All right. I'll hold it for you and you drop it in there.
No, I get it. Now
cover it up. All right, Tim. You want to switch out and I'll give you yours? Okay. You got it? All right, then. Here you go.
Tomato.
There you go.
It's starting to plant it. It's starting to plant right now.
Gotta get it on. Good job, buddy. We'll go ahead and we'll get all these planted, and then we'll move on to the next thing. We're going to plant some potatoes in the garden and just kind of work out where we'll put the different things. Do some garden planting. So we'll see y'all in a bit. All right, boys, let's get these potatoes in the ground. Let's figure out where we're gonna put them. Just hold the bag for me. Just hold the bag. Thank you. And just hold the bag. That's all I want you to do right now. Just hold the bag.
All right. Pound. More than a pound.
I'm thinking about this far corner of the garden where we got these 3 rows. Planting a row of the different types of potato. Yeah. 1 row for each type of potato. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
You think that's a good idea? You think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Make sure on each of your potatoes, you got one of these little sticky eye things sticking up. All right?
I got one. Now this twisting the ground?
Yep. Just kind of sit it there and make sure the eye's going up. We're just working on covering these potatoes, making sure that each eye is standing up, and it's fun just to be out here on God's farms. It's all about God, and just soaking up being able to work with the boys. I know that sometimes it's a lot harder doing things with them, but literally my heart leaps for joy that they get to do this, that this is their homeschool. This is what their life looks like, that they can grab a handful of dirt and put it over a seed potato, and then literally later when we harvest, they'll be a part of harvesting these potatoes, and they'll be eating these potatoes, and they're like, what a blessing from God, you know, that they'll be able to like know, like be a part of growing their own food, you know, and know that like God is blessing them, and that God is bringing sunshine, and he's bringing rain and causing these plants to grow. So it's just a beautiful thing for them to be a part of this, and for me to be a part of it with them. Like, I'm so glad, you know, that I get to do this, you know, and that God blessed us with this dirt, and that literally like dirt, you know, rain and sun, all things that God made are going to produce food for us, you know, and he just tells us to work, you know, to work with our hands. We can work with our hands and not just provide food for ourselves, but for people that are in need. And so it's amazing that literally, like, with things that people don't even value, you know, dirt, sun, and rain, that those things can produce food. They can produce fruit. They can produce things that will sustain us in life. So that's beautiful. Really it is. So I'm here in the garden working with my boys and just thinking about how beautiful God's plan is, you know, for our life and for this little garden.
Start on this side now?
Yep, let me come help you. We got our seeds started. We got our potatoes planted. We got a little potato patch over in the corner of our garden here, and we're ready to go. So all we can do now is just wait for things to grow, right? We plant, water, and wait for God to increase. And that's a word that the Lord spoke to us, you know, in our city ministry in past season. You know, we plant, water, and wait on him to increase. So that's what we're going to do with our garden. That's what we're going to do with these plants. I'll walk y'all over to this potato patch. So here's where we have our potatoes in this little section here. So we got them planted. We've got all our seeds started. And then the rest of the rows we'll use for, you know, tomatoes, zucchini, squash, the black-eyed peas, and the lima beans that we're starting the seeds for. So once those plants are at a good spot, we can actually come out and put those in the garden. So I'm excited, and we're just gonna call that it for today right here. So it's I.A.G Farms. I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. We'll see y'all on the next one.